What's up, guys? Doing good. Hoping you guys are.
Sam talked about wanting to play more of a complete game, obviously with a slower start and then a big second half. Just in your mind, what's the key to being a more consistent four-quarter offense?
Well, starting faster helps. That's the ebbs and flows of the NFL. Slow halves, slow games. At the end of the day, it's about winning the game and finding a way to improve throughout the game. So I'd rather finish strong. However, we're always striving to be at our best for four quarters, and something we could have done a better job of in the last game.
How do you start fast? Like, what is that? Almost like the
It's
quick,
good coach
don't
speak.
hurry.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's having a better plan for the guys to start the game. It's players executing better. It's getting out of your own end zone, being backed up there, being better on first and second down, so you're not in a third and long to start the game. It's many things, and it's never the same thing in the same season. So I think it all starts with having a great positive first play, and we didn't get that done to start the drive in Atlanta.
How much do you consider potential for weather when you're scripting out plays or developing this game plan?
It's a factor, obviously being here, but we get to practice in it every day, so you get to know the strengths and weaknesses of our guys in the rain. So we got plenty of reps at it, but it's something that comes into play.
Is that something you kind of have to, with each quarterback throughout your career, like kind of see what they like and don't like and how they handle it?
Yeah, I think it's just I think Sam throws a really good wet ball. Obviously you start to lean on the run game when that happens, when there's uncertainty with the ball security. But again, we get to practice in the elements all the time, and Mike has us outside as much as possible, which I really appreciate.
But if you know that it's going to be the run game, they're actually really good against the run. And
Yeah.
so everybody just kind of knows at that point what it is.
Right.
How many options do you have?
Yeah, I think we got plenty of options. I think we face a lot of loaded boxes throughout the year. That's a challenge every week. They do have a really good run defense, and we have our work cut out for us. Really good opponent.
What did you think of the run last week? Ken numbers weren't a whole lot, but Zach obviously had some runs, was able to do it.
I thought as a whole, I was pleased with what went on. As far as who has the best day or not is really, I don't worry about that as much. It's about getting the job done and winning. And some days, K9's going to have 100 and Zach's going to have less, or it's going to be flip flop. But it's about winning, and it's about finding a way to move the ball, whether it's through the air, on the ground, and it usually never goes the way you plan. So you just keep developing all parts of our game and seeing what it takes to win that game once you get into the third, fourth quarter.
Mike told us that that Bradford was your highest graded offensive lineman in that game. What did you see from him versus Atlanta?
I just think overall I've seen a much improved player, a more consistent player, a really coachable guy. That's just getting more and more accountable, and that goes with the whole offensive line. Again, it's five guys that get to play together with each other and can grow together. That helps with everything. So not just AB, but just the whole group continues to improve, and with every week comes new challenges. And I think obviously this week, played Atlanta last week, but going into this game, we got a really big challenge with the pass rush, with how they play the run, and all five of our guys, got to be ready.
I was just going to ask. We saw Bellis Jones get some runs at the end of the game. What have you guys kind of seen out of him since he's back?
Yeah, and in a short time, he's come in and done a really good job trying to learn the playbook quickly, and been pleased with where he's at. He made the most of his opportunity last week.
Rashid had his most productive game since he got here. Have you seen him kind of grow and fit in with the offense in here a few weeks now?
Yeah, I think you just see with every practice, he and Sam get more and more comfortable with each other, and you see the type of obviously the type of speed that he has, what he did on that opening kickoff in the second half, just how he kind of opens things up for all his teammates for the run game, and he's just an improved player, and that comes with practice reps.
Have you seen defenses defend you differently since he's been around, like specifically with the amount of two deep safety looks?
Yeah, I think just going back to last year with him, I think that's something that happens with his speed. Teams are worried about the deep ball. But what I've been pleased with Rashid is what we challenge him with in the run game. I think he's really responded to, to helping out our backs, going to get safeties and nickels, and I just see a level of toughness in him that's improved this year.
And the quarterback's progression, just that teaching moment. How do you teach him the cadence? Look here, 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 and yet enable him to play free in that, and then down and distance, and all those things are happening in like 1 second.
Right. I think that just comes with his maturity. You know, it's definitely not coaching. It's a lot of reps. It's a lot of reps that Sam has in the NFL, and you know, playing against really good defense and defensive coordinators every week that challenge him and make him better, make him a better processor. So, you know, that's why there's so much value in having a veteran guy like him who's seen so much that can overcome his coaching. When the coaching's not good enough, his processing speed overcomes it.
Is that what we see? So then he gets three rushes. Is that part of that? Then I'm sure.
Oh, 3 runs in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Sam's got great mobility. We're always encouraging that part of his game. When number 1 and number 2 aren't there in the progression, you get to your third hitch, take off and run. Really pleased with what he did in that last game, especially in the red zone, stepping up and getting the ball to Jax. But that's always a part of how we talk to Sam.
Who gets the credit for teaching A.J. Barner how to get a defensive line to jump off sides?
Coach McDonald.
He was the one, really?
As Coach Mack is what, you know, got us into that play in the offseason, and you know, we get so much great input from the defensive side of the ball from our head coach, just about what he thinks we're going to see week to week, and just like you see with his play calls on Sunday, you know, he's right. The way he sees the game and how he's helped improve me as a coach, just really glad to get to work with him every day.
AJ said he played quarterback for like 9 years or something like that, though. So I don't know. Can you tell that maybe he had played some quarterback?
Yeah, no, absolutely. He relishes that moment to get in there and you know, make a play for his team, whether it's catching the ball or blocking somebody or using his cadence. But you also got to give credit to AB, you know, for recognizing it and grabbing the adjacent guy and helping us get a first down.
What's AJ's arm like?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But he's a Renaissance man, so I'm going to guess he's pretty good.
He's what?
He's a Renaissance man. He can do it all.
When Jalen Sundell comes back, where does he play?
We're getting him back into the groove of practice this week. We have 2 starting centers, in my opinion. We have 2 starting players that have led our group in an excellent way. So it's a discussion we have to have as coaches.
Do you have someone up in the coach's booth who's like giving you down and distance after every play?
I do. Really, a whole team up there that, you know, everyone has different jobs, but you know, our guys do a great job on Sunday, and there's many guys up there. There's a lot of voices on the headset, and we're always communicating throughout the game.
What kind of, like, in between plays, what kind of information are you getting from upstairs?
Down and distance, field position, defensive personnel, ideas that I'm asking for. It's really just I think NFL Films should probably do you know, if they mic up the whole operation. I'm not talking about our group, but just it's, you know, between the head coach, between the guys upstairs, the guys on the sideline, the intel from the players, and then what it ultimately gets to the quarterback before he snaps the ball is really I think if, you know, the average fan got to hear what all goes into it, I think they'd be pretty surprised. It's just a lot of intel, a lot of talking, and at the end of the day, it's just giving our players some direction so they can go do their best.
In that, is there? I mean, there's a lot of voices going on. People know when to stop, and then you talk, and then you relay that. Is that something you practice? How does all that happen?
You know, I'm always asking for information. I feel like you can filter out the noise and ultimately get the play to the quarterback. But the more information, the better.
Cooper Kupp was talking yesterday about something that separates a really good team is having a bunch of guys who don't really care about the accolades and the stats, and you know, whether that's getting sacks on defense or catch a pass on offense. In all the different teams you've been on and places around the league, have you sensed that that's a thing that separates a good team?
Yeah, I would say, you know, any winning team you've ever been on, you have the unselfish individuals that make up the sum of the parts, and I think Coop epitomizes that. You know, he's the ultimate teammate, ultimate unselfish guy, and then when your best players are guys like him, the young guys follow suit, the coaches follow suit, and it just becomes part of the culture.
Big picture, not just in the Atlanta game, but the season. How do you feel like the red zone offense has been?
Yeah. Well, I think it's 50%. So I feel we got to get 50% better. You know, you got to score. You got to make the most of your ops, and when we kick field goals, we're disappointed.
It seems like Zach's been getting, when you guys do get down there, Zach's scoring a lot when you run it. I mean, is there something about his style that fits better near the goal line or in the red zone?
Yeah, I think so. I think you know, was he lead our team in touchdowns right now? You know, you get down there and Zach's a Zach's a bigger back that can go downhill, very decisive. Both of our backs are really good red zone runners, but definitely have a lot of trust in 2-6 when he goes in there.
What goes into not just getting Jax the ball, but maybe weaponizing the gravity that he has or can do to the coverage?
Yeah, that's something I'm learning on the fly, you know, because every week the teams have a different plan for him, trying to figure out what that is early and adjust, and just you know, practicing, you know, things throughout the week that we might see and having counters ready.
What's easier to have a counter for, something like what Atlanta was doing, where they just had 2-4 follow him, or like maybe like Minnesota was doing, where you don't know?
Yeah, they all present unique challenges. Every week's a little bit different. Thanks.
Thank you.